How y'all doing? This is Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Retro TV 91, and this time I'm reviewing Dragon Ball Super Season 2, Episode 1. What happens on this week's episode, there's these aliens that come to Earth. The reason they come to Earth because they heard that Goku defeated Beerus and got his planets spared. So they're going to Earth, and meanwhile, Mr. Satan's having a conference telling the world how he defeated Lord Beerus because he forgot Beerus' name, and he's telling them how he became a deity and had divine power. And he's making it look like he beat Beerus instead of Goku like he's always done. And he's telling the story, and when he's telling the story, these aliens show up. Well, before these aliens show up, they are scanning the Earth to see if there's any dogs, because for some reason their enemies were dogs. And they do, and Hercule tells them that he's the one that defeated Beerus.
And they present Hercule with metal, and to prove that Hercule is the one that did this, he has to fight their champion, and he's trying to get out of it somehow, and Goku flies by with his tractor because his tractor is messed up. He's trying to get his tractor fixed. And he convinces Goku to fight for him, and Goku's about to fight for him, but then Chi-Chi and Piccolo walk by, and Goku has to get Mr. Satan to pretend hit him, that way he can get out of there without people seeing him fly, because that way they won't see him flying. And Hercule hits Goku, and Goku acts like he knocked him out of the ring, and he grabs his tractor and then flies off. And then after this, Hercule is about to fight this guy, and this guy sees Hercule's dog and sees Hercule's dog beat, and then he gets scared and runs off, and it makes it look like Hercule punched him, and then he ran. And his ambassadors run away with him, and they leave and don't come back. And after this, everybody thinks Hercule's a hero. And other than that, Chi-Chi's making supper, and she's telling Goten that Goku can't come back until he plows the fields. And that's all that happened on this week's episode. My question for y'all is, now that words get around that Goku was able to survive Beerus, what's going to happen with that? As always, this is Preacher Man R&B signing out. Guys, this is awesome. This is from Nerd, so Retro TV 91. See y'all next time.